Welcome to Salad with a Side of Fries. I'm your host, Jen Trepic, talking wellness and weight loss for real life. We're here to clear up the myths, misinformation, bad science, and marketing to teach you how to eat and how to cheat. Are you ready? I'm having salad with a side of fries. This week, we're talking about dates. No, not like dating to find a romantic partner or new friends, but dates like the dried fruit. So this one's been on my list for a long time. And then someone asked about it in our first episode of this year called New Year Healthier You. So I promised to do this nutrition nugget very soon, and here we are. So let's go through what they are, what they offer nutritionally speaking, and then we can talk about eating them, using them, making date paste for your baking, all that good stuff. All right, so what are they? I mentioned it already. They're a fruit. They grow on date palm trees in tropical areas of the world. If you live in the Western world, though, you're only really going to see dried dates. We don't really see fresh dates. They are chewy. They are incredibly sweet. For what it's worth, they pair really well with nuts and nut butters, but I digress. We'll come back to all of that stuff. Let's look at what they give us nutritionally. So in a 100-gram serving, and actually, I think this is worth focusing on for a second. 100 grams of dates is 4 dates. So we're not talking about a huge serving here, right? Everybody with me? Okay, so a 100-gram serving of medjool dates, which is the most popular variety. There are 277 calories, 75 grams of carbohydrates, with 7 grams of fiber and 2 grams of protein. On the micronutrient front, so vitamins and minerals, they have lots of copper, a fair amount of potassium, magnesium, manganese, and vitamins B6, plus a little bit of iron. And they also have lots of antioxidants. So now I know where your head's at. If you're a longtime listener, you are going, what? 75 grams of carbs in 4 dates? So I know, you're right. And we see in the dates, most of the calories are coming from the carbohydrates. Truth be told, though, this is really similar to other dried fruits like figs or raisins. Now, we do want to recognize that those carbohydrates are coming with 7 grams of fiber in just 4 dates. So that's not insignificant, right? It's also why we want to just remember that portion size of 4 dates, pair them with protein and quality fat, and then, kind of keep it moving. So let's look at the health benefits that we might be able to infer based on the macro and micronutrients. So starting with the macronutrients, right? With fiber, we can think gut health, healthy elimination, supporting blood sugar balance, right? We've talked about antioxidants a lot in past nutrition nuggets. We even have one just on antioxidants in general to help everybody understand what they do in the body. For today, it's worth noting that dates seem to have higher antioxidant content than other dried fruits. And there are 3 antioxidants that dates have quite a bit of. They are flavonoids, carotenoids, and phenolic acid. So fundamentally, all antioxidants exhibit anti-inflammatory properties as they fight free radicals in the body. Flavonoids in particular have been studied specifically with regard to potentially reducing the risk of diabetes, Alzheimer's, and some cancers. Carotenoids have been shown to support heart health and eye health. And phenolic acid may lower the risk of cancer and heart disease. Looking at antioxidants paired with the vitamins and minerals, we can think of dates for brain health. So there was actually a study that was published in 2015 in the Journal of Ayurveda and Integrative Medicine that looked at mice eating food mixed with dates and saw that the mice who had the dates had significantly better memory and learning ability, as well as less anxiety-related behaviors. Now, mice, I know, but this is where we're at on the research that we have on things like dates, right? There were other lab studies that also showed dates may be helpful for lowering inflammatory markers in the brain, specifically interleukin 6 or IL-6. So to make this mean something, everybody, those at higher risk of neurodegenerative diseases tend to have higher levels of IL-6. So again, we can sort of match the things, we can infer the benefits. Most studies, though, attribute the benefits to the antioxidants in the dates. Personally, as I look at what's there, I also think that copper probably contributes here too, even though the studies don't talk about it. From the potassium, we can think about nervous system support, cardiovascular health, because potassium supports heart rate and blood pressure, breathing, even muscular function. B vitamins can support metabolism and energy. Some other little interesting research for anybody pregnant or even thinking about having a baby in 2025 or really ever. There's some research that dates may promote or ease late-term labor. So there was one study that showed eating dates and other dried fruit in the last few weeks of pregnancy may support cervical dilation, and a couple studies showed dates reduced labor time. Could even be as much as 4 hours less. And that one, in that particular study, it was 4 hours less, and they had 3 dates in a serving. So it's thought that this happens because dates have tannins, and then they also have compounds that bind to oxytocin receptors. And it's oxytocin that causes labor contractions. The last thing I think worth mentioning is dates may support bone health given their mineral content. So dates have phosphorus, calcium, we mentioned magnesium before, and these nutrients, those minerals, have all been studied and connected to bone health. So fundamentally, though, people like dates because they're sweet, right? They can be used as a natural sweetener. So this brings us to why the person asked in our New Year Healthier You Q&A episode from January 1st, 2025. So they were basically asking if all the recipes using dates as the sweeteners are really healthier. And they might be. It's not quite a yes or no. Dates are naturally very sweet. In baked goods, you can replace sugar at a 1-to-1 ratio with date paste. You can also use date paste instead of honey. So here's how you make date paste really quick for everybody. Take 4 cups of water, overheat, bring it to a simmer. Not a boil, but like a simmer. Then in a heat-safe bowl, put 12 ounces or 4 cups of pitted dates, and then you pour the water over the dates and kind of let it sit there for like about 10 minutes or so. You'll then drain the dates. You want to save about 1 or 2 cups of the soaking liquid. Okay, you add the dates and 1 cup of the liquid to a blender. You're going to blend until smooth, scrape down the sides, right? All the things when you blend something. If it's too thick, you can add a little bit more of that water till you get to your desired consistency that's kind of like maybe a more liquidy honey, not quite as thick as honey, but you can then put it in an airtight container, store it in the fridge for like 3 months. I know. So the only thing I'll say, I think it's super easy because it's a 1-to-1 replacement with sugar and baking. The caveat or the thing to think about is that it's going to make things a little cakier than sugar. And again, because this is a liquid versus dry like sugar, it's going to add some moisture to your mix. So you might need to adjust some other things. I think if you're thinking to use date paste for your go-to sweetener, as we said before, just remember a serving size is only 4 dates. They are carbohydrate dense, even though the 4 dates also give us 7 grams of fiber. So we want to consider our portion sizes. Your recipe that's made of 1 cup of date paste instead of 1 cup of sugar is certainly healthier, but maybe not healthy, if that makes sense, right? You picking up what I'm throwing down here? Okay, yeah. All right. Other than making date paste and using dates and baking, you could just eat them right as they come. They are sweet and delicious. I already mentioned I love them with walnuts or almonds. Any nut butter with them is great too. For the charcuterie fans out there, dates are amazing with cheese. You can also chop them up, add them to a salad or quinoa or any sort of side, whether it's a veggie side or something, to add a little bit of sweetness to it. You can also use them as a sweetener in a smoothie. Like you could just put one date in your smoothie. You could use the date paste or a little bit of it in a salad dressing. So all in, I think they're delicious. Watch your quantity. Of course, we could use more research and certainly more research on humans. But from what we know so far and what we can infer, I think dates do offer some health benefits besides just making baked goods, sweet with a little less or no refined sugar. So there you have it, the scoop on dates. Christine, anything you want to add?
I chop them up and I put them in coleslaw instead of raisins.
Yeah. Delicious.
Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, everybody, let us know how you use your dates. And of course, as always, I'm Jen Trepeck. Connect with me on Instagram or all social media. I'm at Jen Trepeck, JenNTrepeck. Website is asaladwithasideoffries.com. Pick your platform, send a message. I love hearing from you. This is the easiest way to also learn more about working with me as your health coach. Christine, thank you again for being here.
A pleasure.
Always appreciate you. And if you are not already friends, join our membership program by going to glow.fm/saladwithasideoffries. This shows your support for this podcast, this community, and most importantly, it supports your health. And you'll get this week's recipe for the banana bread chia pudding. Well, friends, that's it for today's episode of Salad with a Side of Fries. Congratulations for making yourself and your health a priority. Thanks so much for joining us. Be sure to click subscribe or follow on your favorite podcast platform. Share us with a friend, and we'll be back next week. Always remember, you deserve it, and you are worth it. Happy healthy.